everyone. Happy Sunday. Thank you so much for joining me this week. Now, we are on the second Sunday of Advent. We have 19 days until Christmas. I am doing the countdown for you kids, and we have a lot to cover this week. So we are going to talk about our Advent wreath and which candle we're going to light this week. We have a Bible lesson and, of course, a craft, because we both know that I love the crafts, and this is a good one. And I'm also going to do something a little different this week. I have in my hand, and I don't know if you have this at your house, but a good friend of mine gave this ornament to my son. It's the Christmas pickle. And every year we hide it on our tree, and the person who finds the pickle is supposed to have good luck in the upcoming year. So be on the lookout throughout this video and see if you could spot the Christmas pickle. But first off, let's get to our Advent wreath, and I think you're going to have a good time with me today. Stay tuned. Today we light the second candle on our Advent wreath, the Bethlehem candle. We recall the story of Joseph and Mary traveling to Bethlehem. As we prepare our hearts to receive the Christ child, we long for peace in our homes, in our community, and in the world. So I'm going to light the Hope candle from last week, and this week the candle is called the Peace candle. Thank you, Lord, for your promise that you will come to us. Please help us to spread peace and love to those around us. Amen. So today's lesson comes from our Spark Story Bible. It's on page 212 if you want to follow along, and it's called Jesus is Born. And I thought that this would be a good lesson this week because our Advent candle, our peace candle, is also called the Bethlehem candle. And in our lesson today, Mary and Joseph are traveling to Bethlehem. We have to go to Bethlehem, Joseph told Mary. Emperor Augustus has ordered that all of the people need to be counted. But Joseph, Mary said, what about our baby? He'll be born soon. We'll go slowly, Mary. Bethlehem will be crowded, so we need to leave now. So Mary and Joseph journeyed to Bethlehem, the city of David, to be counted along with all the other people. It was cold when they arrived. Joseph knocked on many doors looking for a room, but everyone said no. Finally, an innkeeper answered his door. I have no room, the innkeeper said, but you can stay in the little stable in the back. It's warm and the hay is fresh. Joseph, Mary said, I think it's time for the baby to be born. That night, Mary gave birth to Jesus. She laid him in a manger. The animals kept them warm as they waited for the morning. So Jesus is born, and he's born in a stable. And a stable it's a home for animals. That's where he was born. What a simple, humble start for him. And his first little bed was a manger. And I'm not sure if you know, but a manger is the wooden box area that animals eat out of. That was his first little bed. So it gave me an idea that maybe we could make a nativity scene. And a nativity scene is a scene of Jesus' birth. And I thought, since Jesus had such a simple start at the very beginning, that maybe we could make our nativity scene out of simple things. So for our art project today, you will need, and you could probably find this in your yard, you will need sticks. I personally just went in my backyard and I grabbed some mulch and rocks, little stones. And I'll show you what we're going to do with it. So this is the project that we're going to make today. And what you're going to need is a hard flat surface. I'm using canvas board. Some mulch or sticks. I picked mulch because that's what I grabbed from my backyard. And some rocks. And what I did was I used 4 pieces of mulch and I glued them down onto my board and I made the stable. And then the 5th piece of mulch I thought looked like a manger, so that's why I picked it, and I glued it down for Jesus' bed. And then I picked these rocks for Mary. This is her body and her head. And Joseph. I thought this little rock over here looked like a sheep, so I added him. And then I added my star on top. So if you do this project, I would love to see it. And if you want to, and this is optional, I want it to be able to stand mine up. So I found an old 8x10 frame, and I took the glass out, and I'm just using the frame part of it so that it's able to stand. An easy craft, but I think that you're going to have a good time making it, and I just think it's a very sweet project when it's all done. I hope that you enjoyed today's lesson, and I will see you next week. Next week we will talk about shepherds, and we will be doing a craft that involves shepherds. So kids, don't let your mom throw away the paper towel rolls because you're going to need this next week, okay? How about we close with our prayer, hands together and bow our heads. Dear God, thank you for this time of year. Thank you for the gift of your love. And thank you so much for Jesus. Amen. Kids, before we go, how many times did you see that Christmas pickle? He's sneaky. Was it once? More than once? I don't know. I didn't spot him at all, but it doesn't mean that he didn't show up. I will see you all next time. Be on the lookout for the pickle next week. And you continue being kind and awesome. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.